Incoming call from Boardwalk.
Hello?
Mobile, press Uconnect phone button to...
Hello?
Hello, Jason.
Somebody just called me and I couldn't get the phone answered.
Well, let me find out. Hold on. Welcome to Boardwalk Real Property Management. Established in 1986. Hello?
You call?
Yeah. Did you say it was okay for me to go ahead and do this now? Or no?
Do what now?
The ticket.
No, there's no money to pay for them.
Oh, okay. That's what I started to do, and I'm like, I couldn't remember what you said. Okay, gotcha.
You need to get the money and put it on the card first.
Yeah, okay. Sounds good.
Okay.
Okay, bye-bye.
Bye-bye.
Phone call completed.
All right. Distractions. So I need to refocus. What is it? Today is Thursday. It's the 8th of June. It's 3 o'clock. This is my first trip out for the day because, well, I took a half day today. So I didn't come in till 1. Playing catch up. But, I want to talk about my experience last night. Had a phone call coaching session with it's one of Joe Vitale's, I don't remember what it's called, Miracles something, or anyway, whatever. When I signed up for this clearing event a couple weeks ago, that I've talked about numerous times now over the last couple weeks, it included a lot of free stuff, some downloads and some music and books and what have you, self-help stuff, and but apparently it came with one of these free 1-hour coaching sessions, and got a call out of the blue on the weekend. It was Saturday, and I think we were out and about. I didn't answer it, and I left a voicemail, and we listened to it in the car, and I was like, oh, that's interesting. It's basically a thing saying, hey, you get a free coaching session, my name is such and such, and give me a call back at this number, or follow the link on the email that's being sent, and we can schedule. And I was like, don't really need any coaching, but I was curious, and I was interested in just having a conversation with somebody about some of the more philosophical things that I think about on a daily basis that I just don't get a chance to really discuss. And I made a recording a couple days ago, day before yesterday, I guess it was, or maybe it was yesterday. I don't know, lost all track of time. But I got into a pretty deep philosophical conversation with my assistant, and we were out going to visit properties, tough day. It was a tough day in property management. I ended up having to evaluate a property that was up there. It was probably the worst one I've ever been in, and it was. I know it sounds like an exaggeration, but it was an animal domain. This is the type of environment that animals live in. Dogs, wild animals, whatever you want to call it. The carpet had been ripped out. They had animals in there. They had pets, and everything was covered with animal excrement and pet hair. And the place was infested with fleas, and it wasn't fit for a human to inhabit. And I could not, for the life of me, believe that somebody lived there with animals like animals. And it's unsettling to be in there for a lot of different reasons, but you're also exposing yourself to that energy. That person lived there for a long time in that condition, and that, even once it's cleaned up, there's going to be a residual there. There's going to be a feeling there that's going to be uncomfortable to people. It's kind of this unseen factor that really plays a lot in the marketability of these homes, is how they were lived in, what happened, what was the emotional state of the occupants while they lived there. And anyway, so it was disturbing on a lot of different levels. The most physical of which was just being completely attacked by fleas. And I did my walkthrough, did my evaluation, and I took pictures, and I went out and I started picking all the fleas off me, out of my pant legs, out of my shirt, just out of everything. And but I had to take a video because of the condition of it. Steve's asked that we have videos of these that are really that bad. So I went back through and I took a video, gave an audio explanation of what the conditions were, because the video just did not grasp it just didn't reflect how bad that was in there. But then I came back out and I had, again, was covered with fleas, and I got as many of them off as I could, without stripping down in the parking lot, and then had to drive back 25 minutes to the office and still had fleas in my clothes and was getting bit. So I was a little testy, I was a little edgy because of that, because I was uncomfortable, and I was I'm tired of having to go into those situations. Yes, they are very educational. I learned a lot about humanity and about myself in experiencing those things, but I'm tired of having to be in those situations and enter those environments, and I've had an unusually high number of them this time around, and it seems to come in spurts, where we get a lot of bad ones all around the same time, and then I had a pretty good stretch though over the last 9 months to a year where I just didn't have a whole lot that were that bad. So anyway, I got home and I was not feeling all that good about anything. I knew I had this call coming at 7:30. I was feeling a little anxious about it because I really wasn't sure where it was going to go, and part of me was a little worried that the whole thing was going to be a sales pitch. It was going to be 45 minutes of me trying to tell somebody I didn't want to spend money on what they were trying to offer. And to a certain extent, it was a sales pitch. It was a good experience, and I wasn't sure how I was going to react. I wasn't sure how much I was going to share. I was coming off the tails of having that interaction with Dobbs and that talk with Rhonda about opening up, and I really felt like I've been moving in the right direction. I've been making leaps and bounds in an unseen sense, but I sense the difference. I know the difference. I feel the difference between where I was a couple weeks ago and where I am now, and what it's leading to, and the progress that's being made. And so I tried to keep positive. I wasn't sure what we were going to have for dinner, and at 7:30, that's right in the heart of our dinner time. If we're taking an hour for this call, then what am I going to, how am I going to do this? And I was feeling really just like I wanted to drink, and I was trying to hold off, and I pushed it till about 7 o'clock. I'm like, I'm just don't know what else I want, and I really feel edgy, and I feel tense and uncomfortable, and what can I do to get past this? And honestly, I was just thinking, I don't even want to take this call tonight. It's just not a good time. I'm not in the mood. I'm not in the right frame of mind. And what am I going to do? So I sat there for a little bit, and I'm like, I should figure out something for dinner. Let me look in the freezer, and I found all this chopped steak. I buy it whenever it's on clearance because I make Philly beef with it, make sandwiches, and I was like, I can do something with this, and just thaw it out. It'll be quick cook. It's one of those things where I can brown it defrost it really quick, brown it really quick, and I can add some water, and I can braise it, let it cook down a little bit so it gets tender, and it'll give me that window of time to take my call. I'm like, well, what do I want with it? And I don't know how, it just kind of, bam, I just got calzones. I want a calzone. I want a big, fat, cheesy, steaky calzone. And so I had the meat going. I whipped up a quick batch of pizza dough in the mixer. Just basic, just a tablespoon of yeast, a cup of water, 2.5 cups of flour, a little bit of oil, boom. Popped it in the oven. I had kind of pre-warmed the oven and then turned it off, so it was just warm in there. Put a towel over it, put it in the oven to proof while I was talking on the phone, and had everything. By the time he called, I had opened a bottle of wine, a nice one of the good ones, and had made a scratch pizza dough, and had a pot full of beef braising. And that bit of time, it was about 40 minutes it took me to prep all that. I was so focused on that, and I was really enjoying the wine, and it was just, I was in a whole different spot. So when the phone rang and I answered it, I was like, hey, what's up? And we start talking, and he obviously has kind of a format and a script that he's supposed to follow. Ask certain questions, look for certain responses. Depending on the responses, ask additional questions. It's an interview format. That's basically what I was expecting, and but it was really free flowing, and it was free flowing because I was free flowing, and he would ask his generalized basic question, and I would just go on, and it was much like what happened with my interaction with Dobbs 2 days ago. But I felt more comfortable with it because I felt like he really had the capacity to understand what I was saying and what it meant. And he was really pushing towards this the concept of the law of attraction and how it works, and he really wanted an understanding of how well I understood it and how much I believed it, because it's really a feeling out period. How much, where are your limits? How much of a limitation are you setting to yourself, and can we remove some of those limits? And I spent a lot of time talking, and every time I would stop for a break or finish up a thought, I could hear him not necessarily flustered, but he was, what do I do now? What question do I ask now? Because I'm sure my answers didn't fit into any of the criteria that he probably has laid out for him. But he did a good job. I was really impressed because he was able to find questions that kept the conversation going. And it's really, he's trying to uncover, where your deficiencies are, where you're lacking in your life, what mental blocks are you trying to get past that he can, help you identify. But I didn't have any, and I think it surprised him a little bit. And but it was a good exchange, and it seemed like it went on forever. And we were just starting to wrap up, and he kind of gave me this little bit of a sales pitch about signing up for additional coaching, and whether I thought that would be good for me, and not everybody gets proved to be coached, and it's only certain individuals that they feel like can be coached. And I was like, I get what you're saying, but he didn't put too much into it. He had a pretty good understanding of where I stand, how I live, and but he followed through, and when it was all done, I was like, this was one of the highlights of my week. I really appreciated this conversation. I really expressed to him that, for me, that's what I've been looking for. I've been looking for the opportunity to have those types of interactions, have those types of conversations with somebody that can contribute and not be just one-sided. And even if they don't contribute vocally, their response, their energy level, their vibration in reaction to what I'm saying and the impact I'm having on them, the influence, it reverberates, it bounces back, and that's exactly what I've been looking for. And when it was all said and done, I felt like we both had gained something from the conversation, which is, I think, ideal. It's very simplistic, it's very basic, but it's an amazing, fantastic result of human interaction. And I got off the phone, I felt like I was on top of the world. And I was like, that's exactly what I've been after. That's what I want to get. That's what I'm trying to, reach out and create these connections with other individuals that have similar influences and similar belief systems. May not be the exact same, may not be even close to being the same. It's just, as long as there's some kind of aspect that they're willing to believe and accept somebody else's ideas, even if it's not something that you necessarily subscribe to. So it was good. But I got out and my pizza dough had overproofed, and I had trouble rolling it out. It was just became really, really sticky and really, really loose. It was really tight when I put it into proof, and I knew that was a possibility when I put it in there, that I wasn't going to be able to monitor it and it might overproof, which it did, and I wasn't able to work it the way I wanted to, so it didn't come out, and I immediately became agitated because my vision did not come out the way I wanted it to. But put them together and cooked them, and they were absolutely delicious anyway. So, success as far as I'm concerned, except for the bit of a temper tantrum that I had, talking about just scrapping the whole thing and throwing everything away and not eating, which was more just for the presentation for my audience. But anyway, it ended up being just a really good night, and that on top of the things that have happened in the last week or so, the things that I've experienced, the thoughts that I've had, have left me in a really good spot. I really feel positive about how things are going. And for several different reasons today, I took the morning off, and I stayed home, and it was a fantastic morning because I really felt like I got myself right. I felt like I was able to spend some time doing some things that I wanted to do, two that I felt like I needed to do. I got in a decent workout. I did some of the finish sanding and detail work on this wand that I spun last week, which ended up being something completely unlike anything I've ever conceived of. It just kind of happened. It's just like this shape came from the wood. I just kept chiseling away, figuratively speaking, at that until something came out. It didn't seem right. Nothing was working, and then I just kept removing, and what was left, I was like, that's odd. It's strange. It's different, but I'm strangely drawn to it. I like it, and the more I handle it, the more I see it, the more of a charge I get from it. And that's the core part of creating anything, is the reaction you get after seeing the finished product and knowing that you did that. But it's so unlike anything else I've seen. It's like it shaped itself. And I did some of the finished work, and I couldn't be more pleased with the way it turned out. I thought it was a lost cause. I thought it was going to be a lost cause, and it ended up working out. here. What's this one? But anyway, what it all boils down to is it's been a good couple of days. My dreams last night were intense, and I only remember just fragments of them because they were really unusual. The imagery, the visualization just leads me to believe that I'm accessing more information, more energy that I'm not as familiar with, which is not as easy to convert into visuals to be able to dream about. So it seemed beautifully chaotic, and but I woke up several times just I felt odd but good, and it's just again reassuring that everything is happening as I desire, as my desires become reality, as things continue to move forward and my reality shifts around me to accommodate what I want, and that's a good feeling, and I feel very positive about it, and I'm I'm really anxious to share this. I'm really looking forward to having some more of these interactions like I've had the last couple of days, because they've really done something for me, and I want to keep that going. I want to keep moving in that direction. So that's my goal. That's what I'm going to continue to focus on. I'm going to continue to open up. I'm going to continue to reach out and try and establish these avenues of communication to continue to encounter situations just like that. So anyway, that's it.